a lot of questions for you, but let's aim on your advocacy work. You were talking about impact, and how now that we recognize human mental health as a human right. Can you share with us some of the challenges you've had in spearheading, especially the advocacy work that MIASA does, because that's probably the most important part of what MIASA does for society?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hazwani. Challenges, massive challenges, multifaceted really, manifolds, multifolds. I think the challenges differ today. So when we first started, it was a little bit different. It was more massive because we are an organization with people with lived experience. And this wasn't something very familiar in the context of Malaysia, because typically when we talk about mental health, who are the people talking about it? It would be clinical psychiatrists or psychologists, people within the mental health space, mental health professionals. And so when we first began, we were not treated equally in the sense because people didn't really know what to make out of us. And I think, alhamdulillah, what happened was eventually we realized that we need to allow the word to speak for itself. So I think that really was what happened. Through that journey, a lot of us, starting from really bringing my friends together, creating our first team of board members, getting friends to support our initiative, and then slowly getting volunteers in. So creating that visibility, doing that work, and then later on finding out that we can't move if we don't have funds. So the next challenge was really the funding. The funding simultaneously to capacity building the team. So I think that came hand in hand. And through that, really consistent, hard work, because you see guys, when we do this work, it's not just very challenging within the impact space, but being an NGO, a mental health NGO, but what more? People with mental health challenges, right? So that's what makes it even more difficult. But alhamdulillah, with really bodies like, again, Yayasan Samdabi, that gave us that chance, that took that chance on us, that took that risk on us, not knowing us really well, but really understanding the importance of fighting for, the importance of mental health, people, amplifying really the voices of people with lived experience. I think really that was what happened. And through that funding, this is really what happens, right? You've got to work hard immediately, right? What can you do for, immediate effect to create maximum impact? That's usually what it is, right? So that's that struggle. And today, what we're struggling more with is, now with all the fundings that we've gotten, now with being able to capacity build, now being able to expand across the nation, is where do we now get continuity of funds? And I think one of, if I may, just share really quickly, budget's coming, the announcement's coming, and what we really need in Malaysia right now is unrestricted funds, right? Because that's always the challenge. A lot of funders come in, but typically it's for programs, running activities. Yes, helping be for the community, marginalized groups, vulnerable communities, yes. But Yayasan Samdabi has been the first body to fund us for salaries, right? For funding our crisis team members, right? Our crisis team members, let me tell you guys, 200 trained volunteers coming into MIASA via what we call a supported volunteering program, which Yayasan Samdabi pays them money for their volunteering effort. True enough, they don't want the money, but this is a way for us to acknowledge their service, right? And we need to, because with these people being able to man this line, this is a lifeline for a lot of people, guys. And I tell you, 1/3 of people that reach out to MIASA, they all struggle with suicidal thoughts and tendencies. And one life lost is one too many, and suicide is 100% preventable. And this is that message that we need to give out to all of you, that we all have a role to play, and if we can play that role well, we can prevent suicide from continuing to happen, inshallah. So that's a bit. Thank you very much, everyone.